Now we'll touch on each of these a little bit later on, but for the start, we want to focus on one particular event where DPX really saved credit card, and that's a ransomware event that Casey can tell us a bit more about.
Yeah, so I think it was April 2nd we came in to work and everything was frozen. We, couldn't access data. We couldn't access the database. We couldn't access file shares. And being a debt management organization, our first concern was what has been exfiltrated, because we have a lot of credit card PCI data, that we're responsible for. So the first step was to understand whether or not data had been exfiltrated. Fortunately, we were able to determine that was not the case. And then we got to the stage where, what do we do next? And so, fortunately, because of our DPX deployment and the way we had looked at it and constructed it and architected it, we were able to recover very quickly. So the first thing that we did when we deployed this was understand what our risk was in the network, and knowing that Windows is a huge excuse me, threat vector, we made the decision to authenticate not through Active Directory, but to use the DPX authentication and keep that outside of a potential compromise of the domain. Then also, we organize our storage in such a way that that we would be able to recover critical path elements before we tried to, download somebody's PST file, the sort of peripheral applications that weren't really mission critical. And so as a result, because DPX has that immutable backup, and because we were using vStore, which is its own hardened appliance, we found that our backups were, we'd maintained the integrity of our backups, and we're able to bring up pre-configured instances and migrate the data over to those instances in our VMware stack. And we were back online in between 24 and 36 hours.